named Micah. Micah was a man who lived in the hill country of Ephraim. He was from the tribe of Ephraim. You may remember that when the Israelites left Egypt, they were divided into 12 tribes. The tribes were named after the sons of Jacob, or Israel. You may remember that. Well, two of the tribes, I'm going to give you this background because I think it's important. Two of the tribes were named after two sons, not of Jacob, but of Joseph. And you may remember that if you've read through the book of Genesis. When Jacob was getting old and just about ready to die, he, as was the custom, he gave a blessing to his sons. When Joseph came in for his blessing, Jacob also blessed his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. You may remember that. The interesting thing is, when he did that, now the oldest son would get the greater blessing because he was the older son. That was the tradition, that's the way they did it. And so Joseph put his two sons in front of his father so that Ephraim would be reached by the right hand, so that Manasseh would be reached by the right hand and Ephraim by the left hand, because Manasseh was the older son. And so then Jacob gets ready to do the blessing, and he crosses his hands over and puts his right hand on Ephraim's head and his left hand on Manasseh's head. And Joseph immediately says, "No, Dad, you got it wrong. Manasseh's over here. He's the older one." And Jacob says, "No, this is the way it's to be. Ephraim will be greater than Manasseh. Ephraim will be the greater tribe. Ephraim will be the bigger tribe," and so on. The reason I tell you that is, this story is about somebody from the tribe of Ephraim who does things that go completely counter to what God wants. And as you study the whole book, I get the impression that the tribe of Ephraim, because of this crossing of the hands, because of the greater blessing going to Ephraim, got to thinking they were better than everybody else. And maybe that explains why they do some of the things that they do. They seem to feel entitled. And so let's go to Judges chapter 17. Now a man named Micah from the hill country of Ephraim said to his mother, "The 1,100 shekels of silver that were taken from you and about which I heard you utter a curse, I have that silver with me. I took it." Then his mother said, "The Lord bless you, my son." When he returned the 1,100 shekels of silver to his mother, she said, "I solemnly consecrate my silver to the Lord for my son to make a carved image and a cast idol. I will give it back to you." So he returned the silver to his mother, and she took 200 shekels of silver and gave them to a silversmith, who made them into an image and the idol, and they were put in Micah's house. Now this man Micah had a shrine, and he made an ephod and some idols, and installed one of his sons as his priest.